Hi everybody, welcome to another Chats with Chaudhry. I hope you're safe and well. Today, I'm actually delighted to be joined by Thermo Fisher Scientifics, Andrew Mueller, who's a technical sales specialist, if I get my teeth in this morning, for LSMS. And today, we are going to learn more about the new Orbitrap Astral mass spectrometer, which was launched in May, actually, in Houston at ASMS 2023. So, Andrea, lovely to meet you. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So I'm fine, thank you very much. It's great to be here, right, and chatting with you.
Fantastic. And where are you calling in from this morning?
Yeah, so this morning basically I'm in Innsbruck, Austria, right next to the big mountains. So because I have been attending a local conference on proteomics, and that's why it's the last day in the hotel room, right, enjoying the last day in the week, basically.
Well, I appreciate taking time out to do this because I'm sure your hotel we want you to check out not too soon, so we'll try and keep
That's
this.
true. You have to be on time, please.
Exactly.
Kick me out.
Yeah, but I'm going to say I'm impressed that the hotel Wi-Fi is so good as well. So that's good to see. All right, so first question for you. As I mentioned, the Orbitrap Astral mass spectrometer had a very big launch at ASMS in May in Houston, and I know that Thermo are very excited and proud to be launching this. So I think this is a great opportunity for viewers to learn a bit more about this and to understand a bit more the whys and the whats and what the future holds. So first question is a really obvious one. Why did Thermo Fisher Scientific launch the Orbitrap Astral?
Yeah, perfect question, right? So I mean, clearly, as like as a world leader in serving science, innovation and continuous basic improvement in MS instrument performance has always been a strong focus at Thermo Fisher Scientific. So, and of course, so launching a new instrument basically is a really natural thing. And I mean, for example, a major milestone was development and commercialization of the Orbitrap mass analyzer. I mean, it was what, 20 years ago, right? So, but it revolutionized basically analytical science and especially the proteomics field, I would say. But with the Orbitrap technology, there's always been also like a bit of a, kind of trade-off between speed and some of the other characteristics. So, and that has changed now with the new Orbitrap Astral LSMS instrument. So now we can have speed without sacrificing performance. So, and I think I would call it another big milestone. So it has been a sought after capability for a very long time. So, and if you let me explain a bit why and how it's doing it basically. So the new instrument now combines two very powerful, high-resolution, accurate mass analyzers in one instrument. So, and that is very unique, right? It's both cannot be operated in a highly, say, synchronized and parallelized way for maximum speed and sensitivity. So basically, what it means for the scientist in the lab is that the new instrument basically allows to analyze samples at an impressive speed and depth with up to 4 times higher throughput than previous technologies, and basically also at the same time allowing to dig deeper into the proteome with up to 2 times the coverage. So in my opinion, that's a significant achievement, and that again may basically revolutionize the way how we can apply mass spectrometry in biomedical research.
Okay, well, look, that leads quite nicely then to my next question, which you talked about what's unique about it. That's great. So, but from a current user's point of view, what challenges does it meet and what workflows has it been designed to help with?
Yeah. Um, so current challenges. So I mean, currently just most, as I considered, right, the current most pressing challenges in proteomics, but also, I mean, also in metabolomics are still, sensitivity, speed, and depth, completeness of the analysis. So I mean, considering, comparing it to other technologies, basically, despite the major advancements in mass spectrometry, also in bioinformatic tools over the years, well, we haven't achieved really what genomics and transcriptomics, is already capable of doing. So here, let's say, sequence hundreds of thousands of genomes, transcriptomics, and basically do it very quickly. So, and so that's because, I mean, this is, predominantly due to the huge complexity of the proteome. So its biochemical diversity, heterogeneity, very high dynamic range of protein abundance, right? Ranging from hundreds of copy numbers of proteins per cell up to 10 million. So, and we're not talking about the impact of post-translation modification. So, yeah, we are facing several serious analytical challenges here in LCMS-based proteomics. And so here, basically, many of today's limitations are well addressed by the new instruments. So if you speak about workflows, I really basically here I see, especially, for example, the high throughput proteomics is one application. Also, the emerging field, the very important emerging field of single cell proteomics, where I see very strong and immediate, let's say, benefits using these new instruments, right? But also we have seen a strong, let's say, performance for example, phosphoproteomics, for immunopeptidomics, and also like plasma proteomics, etc. I mean, there's a strong focus currently on proteomics applications, but also we have very good data out for metabolomics, right? And also showing the strong performance here and that field. So, I mean, especially here, I think colleagues basically developed this very nice squad workflow, right? So basically simultaneous quantitation and discovery workflow, which combines the aspects of a targeted and untargeted metabolomics, say in a single run. So that makes, again, excellent use of the two powerful synergistic HRM analyzers operated in parallel.
Right. Well, now you mentioned data there actually. So you've had some early users presenting data already. So what are their experiences?
Yeah, I mean, here, unfortunately, right, I have not been at the ASMS or HUPO myself, basically, but I had the chance to talk to some early users on different occasions, and also talk to colleagues who had attended those. And I mean, first, I have been really, I found it very exceptional that so many really well-known labs presented already very mature Orbitrap Astral data or studies, right, at ASMS in forms of talks, posters, and there are really good preprints out there. So, so from what I've seen, heard, and read, basically, I think the feedback experience has been collectively very positive. They're always stating, you know, how the technology has the potential to push science and especially maybe precision medicine, you know, via like single cell proteomics, for example, very much forward. So here, I mean, it opens up a lot of possibilities, right? That's why, yeah, we have the slogan, right? Rethink what is possible. I think it really fits very well, right?
Okay, now, obviously, you launched this in May, but you already had quite a large existing portfolio of instruments within this space. So where does it fit in with the rest of the portfolio?
So yeah, here, I mean, you can consider it's a new, let's say, technology platform, a new product line. And I think it fits very well into our, let's say, MS portfolio, right next to with the remaining Q Exactive MS systems and the Orbitrap Explorers Hybrid MS series, but also the very versatile Tribrid MS series, right? So in my opinion, I think each series, each MS system will find its, you know, perfect match in terms of performance, about, you know, in terms of capabilities for the specific needs of the individual user, right? So, I mean, usually my experience from this like talking to customers in the sales process, each instrument has its unique selling point, in my opinion.
Right. Now, I'm going to ask you a very obvious question, because obviously you've launched this new product, but the market, you're not in isolation, of course, is a very competitive market, and there's lots of other products out there from other manufacturers. So why should people switch from what they've already got and invest in the new Orbital Astra?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I mentioned some arguments here. So as I mentioned before, I think the new Orbitrap Astral mass spectrometer is extremely sensitive. It's fast, high resolution instrument, and which achieves superior performances on several levels, basically, compared to previous technologies. So it can help to make labs more productive and more efficient by increasing throughput and coverage, right? It can help to downscale and streamline wet lab procedures and costs, as well as open up new opportunities for applications that previously were unthinkable. So also going back to my own experience when I was running a lab. So it's a highly versatile multi-omics instrument with no limitation regarding sample loading, gives maximum flexibility to move between a nano, capillary, or standard flow setup. It's fully compatible with stable isotopic labeling techniques like TMT Pro, now offering like tremendously faster scan rate for that. For users who need ultra high resolution capabilities, for fine isotopic structure determination, or let's say metabolic tracing experiments, it's perfectly suitable, right? And it's all coming down with one instrument. So, I mean, coming back to your question, right? So I think there's very many good arguments to buy an Orbitrap Astral LMS, but of course, it's a very complex decision process. So in the end, it will be always, a different set of performance enhancements for the individual user or a lab, right? That will define the added value for that investment, I would say.
Right. Now, a bit earlier on, you talked about how users who've been using the Orbitrap Astral have actually seen new opportunities in terms of how they can use it. So looking ahead, what do you see some of the opportunities there, and what doors do you think could be opening with the use of the Orbitrap Astral?
Yeah. Always a topic, for example, at my institute was like, we needed high throughput. We had screening capacities, a screening facility, drug screening facility. So how can we make a proteomics approach, for example, efficient enough so that we can screen a large number of samples in a very meaningful time frame, right? To get multi-omics information on a large-scale systems biology approach, right? So that's something where you can see, really reasonable capabilities here. But always a topic also, like if you talk about large cohort studies, right? We always limit it because, LCMS runtimes have been prohibitive slow in comparison. And so also, price tag to it, basically. So here would open up to include more replicates, more conditions, time course experiments, right? Also linked to a lot of clinical research, basically. And I had a lot of, requests from the hospital, so that they had wonderful, samples and basically usually very limited, right? And interest in specific, cell types. And so that, the question is always, can we do, comprehensive proteomics analysis and eventually also look at the fossil signaling here. So you can imagine that, all projects that go really, really low down to having not so much material, but quite important in gaining better biological insight, right? For deciphering basically the mechanistic, mode of action behind certain, let's say, biological process. So here we need this kind of capacities, and plus we always talk about multi-omics, right? So it's not just looking at genomics or transcriptomics data. Now it's about proteomics data and also metabolomics, lipidomics data, basically to fill, to fill the picture and have basically a global, assessment of the whole.
Fantastic. All right. Well, look, final question then for you is that obviously, if people would like to learn more about the Orbitrap Astral system, where can they get more information on the system?
So I guess I hope I could give a glimpse today, right? So as I'm very still excited, right? So I think if you want to, to learn more about it, please, check our website. There are a lot of links also to related topics. Follow the links provided, basically. Also reach out to colleagues from sales, service support to get connected. And especially I would like to point out that there will be a special user meeting coming up, right? So it's called Live from Lab. So on the Astral and related topics. So it will take place on the 10th of October. Will be hosted at the factory in Bremen, but it will be streamed also online, right? So it's going to be streamed out to satellite sites across Europe, basically, and they also add like a specific, let's say, additional program in the afternoon. But everyone can get registered and watch it, basically. It will include presentation from the developer team, basically, of the system, like Alexander Makarov, and also leading scientists from Max Planck, for example, or the Technical University of Denmark. So they will basically present their data and also thoughts, right, on the new instrument.
Fantastic. Well, I should add, Andrew, actually, I was at ILMAC this week in Basel, and I did do a little quick video with one of your colleagues on the booth on the Orbitrap Astral. Very different to what we've done here, obviously, because he was just a very short video on the actual product. So viewers, you can see that the link above this video, but also you'll see above this video the link to the day that Andre's talking about, because they actually gave me the details for that. So that link will be up there, so you can register for the live from the lab event on October the 10th above this video as well. So look, Andre, I appreciate you taking time out, especially from your hotel room, which I know you'll be thinking they're going to kick me out any minute. I need to make sure I get my luggage packed and out the door. So I really appreciate taking time out. It's lovely to meet you. Good luck with the rollout with the Orbitrap Astral. I hope it goes very, very well. And I look forward to hopefully catching up with you in person sometime in the not too distant future, maybe at a show in Europe or even in the States, who knows. But thank you very much for your time. And viewers, I hope you found that interesting. I hope you learned a bit more about the Orbitrap Astral and why Thermo Fisher Scientific are so excited about it. If you'd like to learn more, then obviously check the links above the video, sign up for the live from the lab event, which they've got. And also, if you've got any questions for Andre based on what he said, feel free to put them in the comments below the video. I'm sure he'll be only too happy to answer them, or connect with him on LinkedIn. I am, and you can ask him questions directly if you want to do that as well. So once again, Andre, thank you very much for your time. Viewers, thank you for watching. Until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.